Stop work.
There we go. Awesome. So I'm hoping that it catches everything. Every once in a while, sometimes you start with a live stream and it like cuts out at the beginning. So you're sitting here going, so I think we're on. Welcome, Linda. I'm so excited to have you here today. And for everybody who is watching, I'm Corey Walmsley. I'm the CEO of Aurora Borealis Publishing. And today we have Linda Staszewski. Did I say that right?
Did.
Yay.
Perfect. That's a tough one.
And Linda curated a book with 20 women over 60 who are sharing their personal stories. And I had the pleasure of helping guide them through the process and getting to know these lovely ladies and their amazing journeys. So I am very excited to have Linda here and to have been connected with all of these women. So I wanted to start out by letting Linda tell everybody a little bit about who she is and what she does.
Well, sure. I'm Linda Laird Staszewski. I live in Erie, PA. I'm the curator for this wonderful book, and I'm also one of the authors. 20 Lives Ignited. I'm a creativity coach. I had a career as an industrial engineer, and I lost my job, which is part of my story. But now I have, pardon me, now I have 3 businesses. I started one at 67, 68, 69. And at age 70, I started Unwavering Women, Live Your Best Life Facebook page, which is free just to boost women and share with women and just keep in contact and communication with other women.
That is so phenomenal. I want to say that I love that you share that you started your businesses at those different ages, because I think a lot of times as we're growing up, we're like, oh, I have to hurry up and pick what we're going to do forever. And we don't realize that as we change, we can change our minds, and that's okay. And we might decide to retire. We might decide to quit a job and change our trajectory completely. So I really love that you guys are out there, sharing messages like this.
And I love that women, not women, everyone, but this is about women, but we start a new journey. We started at this age with wisdom and with experience, and we have gotten this from our decades of living, and we want to share this with others and help them live their best lives.
Yeah, and I love that. That's so amazing. So I wanted to start out talking about the book. And do you have a copy of the book with you? I forgot to ask you.
I do, of course.
Yes, you do. There it is, 20 Lives Ignited. So I wanted to talk about what initially gave you the idea to write this book, because I don't think everybody's just sitting there going, all right, today we're going to write a book.
You are so right. And that's my number one question that people ask me. Well, I thought about writing a book my whole life, my whole adult life. And I even started it several years ago, and I did the outline. I've been doing a little the chapters, and life got in the way, and it just never materialized. So 8 months ago, I first heard about the concept of an anthology, and I was so impressed with it. I thought, I'm in. So that's how we got into the anthology. Do you want me to go on with how I chose?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, tell me about, so I know that, you decided that you couldn't really find one that fit for you. So that's why you went ahead and did your own. So how did you pick your authors? Because I think that's something that everybody wonders about. You don't just call up your best friends and go, all right, this is what we're doing this month. And they're like, okay, I'll follow.
Okay. I'll go back one step. When I thought, I want to do this, I really do. I just love the idea of the short stories. I love the idea of the sharing. I love the where we cooperate with one another and collaborate. So I thought, I want to do this. So I began looking for one, searching.
Right.
Couldn't find one. Couldn't find many at all, not let alone one that would fit. So I'm a prayer person. So I prayed. I said, Lord, can you help me find the right anthology that I could get in? I felt a tap on my shoulder, and I heard, why not you? I was terrified. I know nothing about this. I know nothing about writing or publishing. Would other women even want to invest in themselves to be in this book? I had no idea. So I thought about it very quickly, and I trusted, and I said, I'm in, and I dove in. Now for the women, fortunately, I belong to most of the women's organizations and clubs in Erie, Pennsylvania. uh,
Mhm.
because I love that. I love to help one another,
Right.
comradeship and that. So I have one particular one. It's Coffee Club Divas, and the founder is Heidi Park Herner, and that has changed my life being in that. So I really love and admire each of these women. So
Mhm.
I first chose people. I went to each person, wrote them a little letter and say, well, you have to put in this much money, and would
Yeah.
you be willing to? And I was getting all kind of positive responses, and I was
Yeah.
really surprised because I didn't know what to expect. So I had needed some more, and I put it out on. I belong to another organization which is marvelous, also with women networking. It's called Professional Women's Networking of Monterey, California. An amazing group of women. So I put it out there, and some of those women are divas also. So I caught 20 women that wanted to do this. It felt my vision. It felt my dream. So I was ecstatic, thrilled, happy, and grateful.
I love that it's the connections that you've made
It
that
is.
everybody came together to do this. That's just amazing to me. And I did want to say too, if anybody's watching this and you don't know what anthology means, it's just when there's a group of different stories that are gathered together to create a book. So some people call them an anthology, some call them a group book. I've heard all kinds of terms for it, but I usually say anthology. So yes, so you had this amazing group of women come together, and so each one of them shared their own personal story. And can you tell me a little bit about what guidance you gave them? Did you tell them just, hey, write anything that's on your heart? Or, what did you tell them
Well,
about
I
picking?
talked to them about what an anthology was,
Uh-huh.
the concept of coming together, 20 authors, each writing a chapter under one theme. And our theme was going to be overcoming obstacles.
Mhm.
And I said, write what you want, your story. This is yours, not mine. It's your story. I want you to write what you feel in your heart, as you said. Uh,
Mhm.
and they did. They all worked very, very hard. My story was about, I lost my job at age 59 as an industrial engineer.
Yeah.
It was very devastating and painful to me. I mean, I went to night school over 9 years to, after working all day, to
Mhm.
attain up through my master's in professional leadership. And I thought, well, I'll just go out and get another job. And when
Right.
I went out there, I was shocked and just blown away that nobody wanted me anymore because of my age. And of course, I can't say that, but
Right.
I understand that. They don't want to invest in a person that's older, although I'm still working.
Yeah.
And they want to hire younger people at less amount of money. I got it, but it hurt. It hurt bad. So I just really thought, okay, it's time to reinvent myself. And I know I can do this. Um, I'm going to be doing things that I love and I want to do this time in my life. I have a passion for art. I love to nurture people. I love to help people be their best selves. I love to help them grow. So that's what I did. I invented the 3 businesses, and I'm not done. I'm still going. I'm just starting. So I am really.
Yeah, that's so wonderful. And so you turned that, something that normally people would look at and be like, oh my God, this is so horrible. And you turned it into an opportunity. And I love that you got to share that in your chapter.
Yes, we all did. We
Mhm.
all did. I mean, that could have been, I thought it was the end of the world at the time. I really did. I thought, what do I have to look forward to?
Yeah.
And when you grab your positivity and your faith in the Lord, and you just pick yourself up and turn yourself around and just keep going, and you will have the best life you had ever.
Yes. I love
Really.
that message. So I was curious, since, this obviously these are all personal stories.
Yes, they
So
are.
were there any challenges that you ran into with either your personal story when you were writing it or with the anthology as a whole?
I'd say I had some challenges. I couldn't sit here and say, oh no, everything was a breeze. It wasn't. There were many challenges. We had 20 women after all. I had fear in myself, which was one of my challenges to overcome. And I
Yeah.
did that with my faith, and I just kept going, just kept going. And then also our timelines were really tight for us. We never did this before.
Mhm.
And to keep everybody up with it, that was tough. And then to work with many alpha women that were strong willed, it was a challenge. And they would laugh and say, yes, that's true.
One of the things I really loved about this group was that there was never a time when nobody had anything to say and nobody had any like, thoughts or feedback. Like every single time that there was any question about anything, you had at least 5 people who were like, hey, we could do it this way. We could do it this way. I was like,
I don't like
wow.
that. Well, I don't like that. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Let's
and
hash it
they
out.
would. Yeah, and everybody,
Compromise.
yeah, but everybody would speak up and say, "Hey, this isn't going to work for me," or what if we try it this way?
And we
So it was
did.
really nice working with a group that was that invested in it.
They were invested, they
Yeah,
were committed, they shared their thoughts and feelings, they compromised, and we had grand teamwork, for which I am eternally grateful.
yeah, yeah. So this is probably going to be kind of hard for you since it was such an awesome experience. What do you think your favorite thing was about gathering these women together and doing this anthology?
The idea that we all had the same mission, and our mission was to help girls, women of all ages, and
Mhm.
especially women over 60. And I've had some men come up to me too and say, I read your book and it gave me a new insight on what women go through. So
Yeah.
that meant a lot to us because we want people to know, never give up, keep going,
Mm.
set your goals, set action steps, and make it happen. Be who you want to become. You can do it. It's never too old and it's never too late. Just never
Yeah.
give up, never. So that to share that with others, and if we can inspire others and motivate others, that means the world to us because that's what we want.
Yeah. And I think as a woman myself too, like some of this stuff, I wish I had been able to read that when I was younger and
Me
say, oh, you
too.
know what? They overcame these challenges. I can go through this stuff too. And I think it would make it a little less scary.
It would be a lot less scary. I wish I
Yeah.
would. I think I could have flourished even more had I read this as I was a young person.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm really glad that this kind of stuff is getting out so you can inspire future generations. Um, so I want to kind of bring us to the end of the process now. So the book is already out. It already hit #1 Amazon bestseller. So we definitely celebrated that back in June. We did this one a little bit differently. So because we were heading into summer, I'm just kind of explaining this for anybody who's watching. We were heading into summer with this. So we did an online launch for the ebook in June so we could hit bestseller. And then we're going to actually do another launch. So we get to party a lot for this book. And you guys actually decided to do a luncheon for the ebook too.
Well, yes,
Yeah.
that was at the yacht club, and that was Heidi's idea. Heidi Park-Kerner, of the Coffee Club Davis. She turned our meeting into us being the focal point of it to like we usually have speakers, etc. So that was the focal point of that luncheon, and it was just absolutely fabulous, wonderful. And unfortunately, our sisters from California and Hawaii could not be there. I felt bad about that, but they will. Most of them will be at the other launch, our book launch. But it was marvelous. Just everyone kept it to 30 seconds to put a little teaser out there to get people interested, and then
Mhm.
we go on. So it was smooth and short, not lengthy and boring. So I think everyone appreciated that.
Yeah, I really liked the way you guys had that set up. So everybody got to meet the authors who were there because each author stood up and talked about their chapter. They talked a little bit about that. And that's a unique experience too, because it's not often that you get to go out and meet the authors in an anthology like this.
Right.
Yeah. So that was really neat. And then at the end of September, or gosh, no, it's like 2 weeks away,
I
isn't it?
know it is 22nd, Thursday the
Yeah.
22nd.
Yeah.
We're we're
Tell
gonna
me
have
a
our
little bit
launch.
about that.
I would love to. We're going to have our book launch. This is the biggie, the book launch itself at the Erie Art Museum from 5 to 7, and it's Thursday, September 22nd. And we're going to have music, and we're going to have uh, the videos of all of our authors speaking. And it's just going to be a very gala and festive event to celebrate this book. I got to do it. I got to pick up the book.
Hold it up again.
Celebrate our book. Yay.
Yes.
Because it was hard work. It was really hard work, and each person worked very, very strenuously on it. And we all now are going to benefit from our mission being done, our mission being out there to help other people
Yeah.
to people live their best lives. And that is just, oh, that is the crux of it all. So
Yes, and it's really important to celebrate a milestone like this too. And
yes,
I don't think everybody does that. They put a book out and they're like, okay, here it is. Like, it is absolutely important for you guys to have a party and to celebrate. This is a big thing. And
it's good.
I don't know if there were actually any women in the book who had published books before, or was
Yes,
everybody?
yes,
Okay.
we did have a couple different authors.
Oh,
Thasia,
yes, Asia. Yeah.
Thasia, oh my goodness, she's our poetress,
Yes.
baccalaureate. Yes, she's and then we had another one too. Susan Dutton wrote a
Yes.
children's book. There may be another too. I know Heidi's in process of doing her book with you.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
there,
Most of the women are new authors. So that is absolutely something. I mean, I celebrate every book, but I think it's especially important to celebrate such a milestone. Becoming an author is a big deal, and getting that message out to everybody. I love that you guys get to celebrate that. Fabulous. So, and you do have some tickets still available for the event?
oh yes, if you are interested, you can look us up on Eventbrite. 20 Lives Ignited book launch.
Okay.
It is a limited amount. We're only permitted to have so many people there. So you'd have to do that really quick. The tickets are free, but we just want to have an idea of how many people will be attending for food purposes. So yes, Eventbrite 20 Lives Ignited book launch, and just sign up right there.
Fantastic. And I do want to say too that if you want to get a ticket, please get it very soon.
It
because
is limited. Seriously.
yeah, it is limited. So make sure that if you're going, you get it. And you get the chance to meet all these fabulous women, talk about the book and all that good stuff. So where can we find the book?
Oh, we can find a book on Amazon, Barnes and Noble. Oh, you can see each of the authors if you know the authors and want to contact them directly, or also Apple, right?
Yes.
That's our newbie. They chose us.
Yes. Yeah. We can guarantee Amazon and barnesandnoble.com. And then there are others that sometimes pick them up, but the ebook was picked up by Apple. So I was very happy to hear that. So we'll be inspiring people on Apple too.
Yes, we will.
Awesome. All right. I'm going to put the link for the book and for the book launch party below, because I want to make sure everybody has access to that. I didn't see any questions pop up, but if you do have questions for Linda or me, please put them in the comments. We're happy to answer them. And thank you, Linda, for being here with me today. This was so wonderful getting to chat with you and talk about the book and share that with everybody.
Can I just say one more thing?
Yeah.
Reinvention over challenge. Never give up. What do you want to be? Go for it. Do it afraid. See you at the launch.
Yay. Yes.
Thank
do
you.
it afraid.
Do it afraid.
Right.
That's what I do.
Everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Corey.